Hello friends, in this video we will talk about beet oxidation. So what we will be discussing? Introduction, the process of beet oxidation and the applied aspect. Now, so in our body, among the oxidation of fatty acids, beta oxidation is common. So there are many kinds of fatty acid oxidation, alpha, beta, omega, out of which beta only is important for us, and that is the most common one. It occurs partly in cytosol and mitochondria, just like urea cycle. Yeah, so first step is in cytosol. Second step is a combination. That is one part in cytosol, one part in mitochondria. That is carnitine shuttle. And the third and final step in the mitochondria only. Let us see with the process of beta oxidation now. So first, what is it? Activation of fatty acid to acyl-CoA. Second is the carnitine shuttle. Third is the beta oxidation proper. Under beta oxidation proper, oxidation, hydration, oxidation and cleavage. Let us see with the first step. So the fatty acid is basically going to become fatty acyl CoA, okay, by thiokinase, ATP to AMP magnesium. Then it enters the carnitine shuttle. Let us see the carnitine shuttle. So the acyl CoA so formed combines with carnitine in the cytosol. CoASH is released out separately. Acyl carnitine is formed. Now this acyl carnitine through CAT receptor, carnitine acyl transferase receptor in the inner mitochondrial membrane, it goes from cytosol to mitochondria. Okay. Now in the mitochondria, exactly reverse what happened in the cytosol. Okay. Now the acyl CoA is regenerated, the free carnitine released out from the mitochondria to cytosol by the same CAT receptor. Okay. Now the acyl CoA which we have regenerated on dehydrogenase, that is FAD plus to FADH2, it is not N, it is F, okay. FADH2 electron transport chain forming the 1.5 ATP will get actually beta hydroxy acyl CoA. Need not to know this one, alpha beta unsaturated fatty acyl CoA, but just remember it forms beta hydroxy fatty acyl CoA. Then on dehydrogenase, once again NAD plus to NADH2 through electron transport chain it forms 2.5 ATP, will get beta ketoacyl CoA. Then on thiolase, remember whenever thiolase or aldolase is there, there is a cleavage. It forms acyl CoA and acetyl CoA. Now acetyl CoA enters TCA cycle, ketogenesis, cholesterol biosynthesis. Okay. And also from glycolysis it will come. Now the acyl CoA will undergo the beta oxidation for around 7 times. Let us see with the energetics. Now energetics. So 8 acetyl CoA into 10 is 80 ATP. So remember I told you 7 times the cycle is happening. So 7 FADH2 into 1.5, 10.5. Same with NADH into 2.5, 17.5. So sum it up, 80 plus 10.5 and 17.5, you will get 108. But actually 2, why minus 2? Minus 2 is because 2 ATP is utilized in the cytosol. So 108 minus 2 is 106. Okay. Now let us go with the applied aspect. We have CPT1 and 2 deficiency. Okay. Please don't confuse with CPS1 and 2. CPS1 and 2, that is different. That is CPS1 is urea, CPS2 is pyrimidine. Here we are discussing beta oxidation. So CPT1 and 2 is important. CPT1 is in the liver, CPT2 in the skeletal muscle. What are the important features? Hypoglycemia, vomiting, coma if severe, death. But just remember, hypoglycemia, coma are important. Okay. And SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So there is an absence of MCAD. What is MCAD? Medium chain acyl CoA dehydrogenase. This enzyme is absent in a healthy infant. Then JVS, Jamaican vomiting sickness. That is due to the consumption of the ackee fruit, which had a toxic amino acid hypoglycin A. So from the name we can get one clinical feature: hypoglycemia, vomiting, coma and death. Same thing what I said for CPT 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Next, methylmalonic acidemia and beta oxidation in peroxisomes. Now this is the methylmalonic acidemia. There is more methylmalonic acid in the urine and the blood. Okay. So how we are getting? So there is a oxidation of the odd chain fatty acids. Okay. Like propionyl CoA on ABC. So I'll give you a simple mnemonic, that is ABC here. A for ATP, B for biotin, C for carbon dioxide or CO2. Then D-methyl CoA. Then D will form into L by racemase enzyme. In B12 deficiency, we have the excretion of methylmalonic acid in the urine. That is what methylmalonic acidemia. Okay. And now this L-methylmalonyl CoA on mutase, B12 is required, will get succinyl CoA. Now succinyl CoA enters TCA cycle. Okay. Now let us see with the Zellweger syndrome. There is a beta oxidation which is happening there. So we can see this by oxidation. FADH2 is converted into FAD. Okay. By catalase, hydrogen peroxide has become water. This is important. Now Zellweger syndrome is called cerebrohepatorenal syndrome. What is cerebro? The brain, cerebrum. What is hepato? Is the liver. Renal is our kidney. Okay. So that is why cerebrohepatorenal syndrome. References for the images. So that brings us to the end of the video. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.